Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to study about the new chapter called molecular genetics. Here, before we enter into the molecular genetics, first we know the basics of genetics. Just a brief. What is genetics? The branch of biology which deals about the study of heredity. What is heredity? The transmission of character from information or character from parents to offspring. Here the molecular term, the molecular genetics means we are studying of genetics at a molecular level. What is that molecular level? We knew the genetics. Now what is molecular level? Here the transmission of information or character, I said this information or character is present on chromosome. This chromosome is made of DNA. When you magnify one part of the chromosome, it contains DNA. This portion of DNA, any portion of DNA is called gene, which contain genetic code. Thus genetic code is responsible for the expression of character or transmission of character. Now in this chapter we are going to study about the DNA as well as gene at molecular level. Here in this chapter we are going to study about the structure of DNA and making of RNA from DNA, that is transcription, and genetic code and translation, that means the making of protein from RNA, and the regulation of gene expression, how the expression of gene is controlled, and essentials of human genome sequencing or human genome project. This is one of the applications of this molecular genetics. Now we are going to here the gene as the functional unit of inheritance. We must know the classical background about the gene. The concept of gene is introduced by Johann Mendel, explained by Johann Mendel in 1860, and he never used a term gene, but he called it as factor. This is one of the important concept about for NEET. Not only for NEET, as a biology student we must know about this classical concept of gene. Then the word gene is coined by Danish biologist Wilhelm Johansen, is coined the term gene, and the gene he gave definition as discrete determinants of inherited character. Now let us study about the properties of gene. That means the number of genes in each organism is always greater than a number of chromosomes. Hence, the several genes are located on the same chromosome. And genes are arranged in a single linear order like beads on string. This is a beads and this is a string, and like this beads on string, the genes are arranged in linear order. And a gene occupies a specific position on chromosome called locus. This is one of the important concept. Then gene may exist several alternate forms as alleles. You studied in genetics the dominant allele as well as the recessive alleles. That means the alternate forms of gene is called allele. And one of the most important property, the neogenetics concept, the genes undergo sudden change in position and composition called mutation. Now you studied and you know about the corona, the recent situation, the first wave, then second wave is nothing but the mutant variety of corona virus. That means the virus is made of gene. That gene undergoes sudden change in position and the composition results in second wave. Now we are expecting third wave also, which affects the children. Here next, the final property of genes are capable of self-duplication, producing their own copies. So these are all the properties of gene. So I hope you understood about the basic concept of molecular genetics, what this concept actually tells about. Thank you.